everyone, it's the Unknown Resistor here. If you like this video, kindly give us a follow and a retweet. It's a serious solid that we appreciate. So, guess who was peddling a book this morning on the Today Show?
And the former Attorney General joins us now. This is his first live interview since that resignation on the eve of the release of his new book, One Damn Thing After Another. Attorney General Barr, good morning. It's good to have you here.
That's right. Fred Flintstone and Fruity Pebble box cover star Bill Barr released his book. Guess what Trump had to say about it?
But it's mostly personal insults. He called you slow and lethargic. He said you were so lazy and cowardly. He just never quite understood what was going on. He didn't want to stand up to the radical left Democrats because he thought the repercussions to him personally in the form of impeachment would be too severe. In other words, Bill Barr was a coward.
Slow and lethargic? Hey man, not everyone is snorting Adderall.
It's par for the course. I mean, the president is a man who, when he's told something he doesn't want to hear, he immediately throws a tantrum and attacks the person personally.
You have to wonder if Trump has the temperament to be president.
In the final months of his administration, Trump cared only about one thing, himself. Country and principle took second place. And you go on to say he has no concern with ideology or political principle. His motive is revenge, and it is entirely personal.
Yeah, revenge like telling Ukraine you better dig up some dirt on Joe Biden or you're not getting your $400 million in aid.
But after the election, he went off the rails. He wouldn't listen to anybody except a little coterie of sycophants who were telling him what he wanted to hear. And I think he did a lot of damage after the election, both with this idea that the election was stolen and also by him sort of rallying this group on the Capitol Hill, where the clear purpose was to intimidate the vice president.
Has he ever been on the rails? Rails of Adderall, maybe.
There was no stealing of the election through fraud.
Wow, sounds like a good old-fashioned coup to me.
Let's talk about January 6th. You write that Trump orchestrated the mob. He was not ultimately successful in overturning the election, but do you believe that was his aim, to intimidate and pressure Congress?
Yeah, I think that the aim was to pressure Congress and to pressure the vice president. And I said that regardless of whether laws were broken, regardless of that, it was a shameful thing because one branch of government shouldn't be trying to use a mob to pressure another branch.
That's right, Bill Barr. Democracy good, sedition bad. It sounds like you've seen the writing on the wall and would not vote for Trump if he runs in 2024, right?
In your book, It's Time for the Party to Move On from Trump, Liz Cheney has said he is not fit to serve and should not be ever near the Oval Office again. Do you agree with that?
Well, I certainly have made it clear I don't think he should be our nominee, and I'm going to, support somebody else for the nominee.
But if he is the nominee and you have your choice is Donald Trump or whoever's running on the Democratic side, would you vote for him?
Because I believe that the greatest threat to the country is the progressive agenda being pushed by the Democratic Party.
Well, I guess that answers that question. The problem is that it is impossible to take anything Barr says seriously because he doesn't retain a shred of credibility. When he was in charge of the Justice Department, he had a tremendous responsibility to the American people, one that he was happy to ignore as long as it suited his personal interests at the time. But now that he has a book to sell and a legacy to protect, he thinks that he can have it both ways. It's disgusting, and we cannot let him get away with it. I'm the Unknown Resistor.
Stand for Better is responsible for the content of this advertising.